Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. This is the monthly Lunch and Learn webinar presented by ACE Women's Business Center. Today's topic is how to pitch your business in 60 seconds. I also want to say Happy New Year to everyone. And I know we have a lot of clients that have been with us before, and welcome to all the new ones as well. My name is Sandra Fon, and I am the director of ACE Women's Business Center. We are the educational arm of Access to Capital for Entrepreneurs, also known ACE as ACE. Our mission is to empower women, minorities, and low to moderate income entrepreneurs through financial education and training. Let me see the slides. 1 second, please. There we go. Oops, sorry. At ACE, we help start and grow small businesses in Georgia through capital, coaching, and connections, focusing on underserved communities. So if you need funding, we are here to serve you, and we'll be happy to help you. So just contact us. Also, we would love to support you through your entrepreneurship journey through capital, coaching, and connections, as I mentioned before. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram. Our name is ACE WBC, or also in Facebook, ACE Women's Business Center. We have wonderful workshops coming up and events. I have listed a few of them here. Next week we'll have the Access to Capital workshop, and I apologize, the date is January 23rd. There is an error here. We had to change it. Also, on January 30th, we'll have a workshop here presented about certification by the Greater Women's Business Council and the Georgia Minority Supplier Development Council. And then you also can see the February webinars and workshops that we have coming up. So please just go to aceloans.org and join us. And here, I would like to introduce you Miss Ires Alliston. She's an entrepreneur at heart, and she's the founder of the Alliston Group. She's today's presenter. She provides advice to small business owners about branding, marketing, advertising, social media, coaching, and consulting. As a global branding mentor, Ires has the credentials as a branding expert, marketing mastermind, and success strategies. She's an international speaker, trainer, and certified coach, speaking at all types of events, sharing her expertise. You have a wonderful presenter today, so please listen to her carefully. But before the presentation begins, you will notice a Q&A button on your screen to ask questions. Click on it whenever you want to ask a question throughout the presentation, and a screen will open. Input your question and click send. Ires will reply to all of the questions at the end of the presentation. We'll also be adding a survey link in the chat box. Please take a moment to fill it out at the end of the presentation. Your feedback is very important to us, and we really want to know how we're doing and what other topics you would like for us to present in the future. Know that this webinar is being recorded and will be uploaded into our website by the end of this week under aceloans.org, WBC webinars. Just create the user login and you will have access to all of them. Also, Alejandra Diaz will be emailing you the PowerPoint presentation that Ires will be presenting on, so you don't have to take a lot of notes, just listen to her. She's amazing, and we'll email you later on the slides that she's going to be talking to. And this is all. Without further ado, I would like to invite Ires to start with today's webinar. Thank you so much, Ires.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alejandra. Thank you so much, Sandra, for having me on. And everyone, thank you so much for being here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Go ahead and do that. All right. So if someone could tell me, can you see my slides?
Yes, I do.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. All right, all right. So today's presentation is about how to pitch your business in 60 seconds, right? So I'm just gonna get right down to it because I have a lot of content and a lot of information to give to you. So let me go ahead and do this. And if you'd like, you can have a pen and paper ready to take any notes that you want. You can even do a screenshot using your cell phone if you want to, right? Because in this webinar, during this Lunch and Learn, I'm going to give you a lot of action plans and strategies, as well as 3 steps on how to pitch your business in 60 seconds. And like Sandra said, we also have a Q&A session in the end. Now, you might have heard about how to pitch your business in 15 seconds or less. Well, it doesn't matter if it's 15 seconds or 60 seconds or even a minute. You still have to tell people what do you do. And it doesn't matter if you've been in networking events, if you've been in other functions before. One of the main questions we typically get asked is what? What do you do? What do you do in your business, right? So it's one of those common questions, and especially if you're just starting out, if you're an entrepreneur and you're just building your business, that question can get a little bit challenging, if you will, because we can go on and on about talking our business, and by the time you know it, the person who asked us that question is probably going, oh my gosh, you have been talking about your business for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. What is it that you really do? So it doesn't matter if you've been in networking events. It doesn't matter if you are doing presentations, right? You're speaking on stage, or even during presentation at work. You still have to learn how to pitch your business or your plan or your strategies or whatever the case it is for you. And as you know, if you've been to any social gatherings, it doesn't matter if you're with your colleague or friends or you're meeting up with people, one of the main questions again is, what do you do, right? So this is for you if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a small business owner, a startup, right? You're just starting out. If you are an author, a speaker, a coach, a freelancer, or even a service-based provider. It doesn't matter what do you do, because one of the fundamental questions we get asked again is, what do you do, right? I know I keep repeating that question, but it's so common, especially if you're just starting out. And one of the things that I'm going to show you is how do you really answer that questions without going on and on about telling your stories in at least one sentence. Because what it is I'm going to teach you how to pitch your business in 15 seconds, or more like less than 15 seconds, right? Or what we also call your elevator pitch. And then go on to telling your stories and then telling your products and your service. Now, those are the steps I'm going to be diving deeper as we go along, but I just want to give you a little bit of a background on my presentation. So basically, when it comes to pitching your business, right, I want you to start thinking about this question first of all, okay? Who are you? What do you do, or what do you have to offer, as well as why people should care, right? Once again, who are you? What do you do, or what do you have to offer, and why people should care about what you do? So for instance, this is my 15-second elevator pitch. I'm Ires Alliston. I teach and coach entrepreneurs to build their personal brand, grow it, and scale their business. You see, in one sentence, I've actually not only picked people's interests, right? They're more like, oh my gosh, that's interesting. Tell me more about that, right? And that is the prompt for them to ask you more questions, like, oh gosh, Iris, that's interesting. Tell me more about that, you know. And this one sentence, I not only I told them my name, but I also told them my target audience. And my target audience are entrepreneurs, right? And what do? I help them build their personal brand and grow it and scale their business. So in one sentence, I pretty much just knocked off my pitch right there, right? So if they ask more questions, guess what? This is where you build more credibility. This is where you're going to give them a little bit more information about you, because now you have piqued their interest. Now they're willing to listen more about what do you do. So for instance, for this one, I can say something, I'm an international speaker, I'm a certified coach and trainer, and I met and work with speakers, coaches, trainers, athletes, celebrities, and entrepreneurs. And I could go on and on into that. Now, building credibility means that you've got to be authentic on this and not just say, I work with so-and-so without having a backup plan, without having the stats to back that up, because that is part of your business, being that real, authentic brand that you are, that business owner that you are. So when it comes to building credibility, make sure that you've already done it, that you have experience in doing so, okay? So let's begin. Now, in this one, I briefly told you there are 3 steps, right? So if you want to write this down, or if you want to get a screenshot from your phone, definitely do that. I know Sandra and Alejandra will share the slides with you later on, but just in case you're live right now, you can go ahead and do so. So how to pitch your business in 60 seconds? Well, everyone, there are 3 steps in doing so. And don't worry, I will dive deeper in every single steps. But let me just give you the outline. Number 1 is how to pitch your results. Now, the thing is, this is not about you. It's about your customers. It's about your potential clients that you're going to help. So I want you to start thinking about the results and solutions that you're going to solve for your clients. Now, the second one is pitching your story. How do you pitch your story? Well, I want you to think about any professional experience that you have that is related to your business, right? What type of value that you have done in the past that you're able to help your potential customers. Now, the third one is pitching your product or your service, right? As you can see, I have my brand, process, and profit. That's actually my program. So that is, on this stage, you're going to be talking about what type of product and service that you have. And it doesn't matter if you're a coach, if you're a startup or an entrepreneur, you've got to have a product or service in order for you to market your business in the marketplace, right? So let's move forward. Now, like I said, the first one, this is about pitching your results. Well, I want you to think about what results and benefits your customers will gain from working with you. So I want you to show them how you will solve their problems and come up with solutions. Keep in mind about people's pain points or challenges when you start thinking about pitching your results when it comes to your business. So be a problem solver, right? So how do you do that? Well, here are the steps. I want you to start thinking about using action words to describe what you can do for your customers. Like you work with them or you help them with something. You help them gain clarity or something like that. So for example, if you're a speaker, you can say something, I work with highly motivated entrepreneurs and individuals, gain clarity about their business, harness their fear, and lead others to unlock their greatness within. So as you can see here, let me just move something back. As you can see here, I not only announce who I work with, right? I work with entrepreneurs and individuals. I also told them, what do I have to offer? Well, as a speaker, I help them gain clarity about their business. So maybe I have a program or a plan or action plans. And also, I'm going to help them get outside of their comfort zone so they can start unlocking their greatness within, right? So a few more examples. If you're a financial expert, you can say something, I work with small business owners, create a holistic plan, and help them achieve their financial goals consistently. Another example is a business coach, and you can say something, I coach highly motivated entrepreneurs with proven, actionable steps to create even more success by providing them the tools and the structures and the support for the next 90 days, right? And mine is, to reiterate again, I teach and coach entrepreneurs to build their personal brand, grow it, and scale their business. So hopefully these examples will help you come out with your 15-second pitch, right? So keep in mind, you're already targeting your target audience, and you're telling them who you are, what do you have to offer, and why people should care, because you never know who's listening in the conversation, who needs your business, okay? So the goal of how to pitch your results is more like an introduction pitch for like 10 or 15 seconds, more like an elevator pitch, right? So the goal is to pique people's interest, to ask more questions about what you do, because your goal is to spark that conversation, to keep that conversation going. All right, let's keep moving forward. This is step 2, how to pitch your story. Well, on this one, I want you to think about what unique professional experiences, skills, and talents that are relatable to your business. And I also want you to think about what have you done in the past that is of value to others. And I want you to be relatable in this sense when you are pitching or you're telling your story, okay? And your story is about your why. You're basically, if you're just starting out in your business, why is it, or what is it that made you start your business? What is your passion? Maybe your passion is to become a motivational speaker, or maybe a coach, or maybe you want to open a brick and mortar store, right? Whatever it is, that is part of your story. So I want you to also think about, what are you great at that comes easily to you, but it's a little hard for anyone else to do, basically to do. That is your superpower. That is your one and only, one of a kind story, superpower right there. So for example, and this is me, okay? This is my short story. I used to work for corporations and law firms, working long hours, and I was burning out fast. I needed to find another way to help my husband, pay our bills, and with 2 young kids at that time, I needed to do something fast. My thought process at that time was, how could I make $500 a month? And basically the $500 a month was to pay my car note, right? Working at home. And at that time, I was still working for a corporation, but I wanted to supplement our income. So I started searching online and learned about websites and social media and mobile apps. And by the time you know it, I started my digital marketing agency with $1,000 that I borrowed from someone else. And I taught myself how to design websites and manage social media profiles for my clients. So as you can see, this is relatable. This is a true story, and it's not one of those, out of the blue kind of thing, because this is my story, okay? And every single one of us, we all have our own story. And the goal of pitching your story is, I want you to be authentic, I want you to be real, and I want you to be relatable to other people out there, because it brings out the humanistic side to your brand, to your business. So as you can see, some of you can probably relate to my story, working for someone else, working long hours, and I wasn't satisfied and I wasn't fulfilled with what I was doing. Yet we know that there's something better out there. Now, I'm not saying don't work for corporations or stop working for someone else. I did that for many, many years, and it helped me pay for my tuitions and everything else, my bills. But at that time, I was burning out, and it wasn't for me at that time. So I needed something else. So the next one is how to pitch your product. And this is about your product or service. If you have a product, that is great. If you have a service, if you are a service provider, this also goes with you, for you too. So I want you to think about, what can you offer to the marketplace? Okay, that is, it's going to take a little bit of a thinking process there. What can you offer that is different out there to the marketplace? So for instance, I want you to think of, what are you really great at doing? Every single one of us are great at doing something. So whatever it is, our talent, your skill, your experience, whatever it is, you have it already there. And guess what? That is your superpower. That's what makes you unique. Now, you just need to think of, how are you going to monetize your gift and making sure that there's money in the space. So for example, if your hobby is taking photos, right? You take your cell phone, you take photos of landscape and scenery, but for some reason you're not doing well on it, then it might be blurry or something else. There's not a lot of people might not want to buy your photos, especially if it's blurry or unfocused, or you know what I'm talking about. So make sure that you're really great at what you're doing, and there's money in the space. And that is going to be your unique selling proposition, basically. That is what makes you unique. So with this one though, the steps is, when it comes to pitching your product or service, I want you to highlight what you can do for your customers and clients, and the results and the benefits that they will get from working with you. So for example, my elite signature program, which is basically my coaching program, has helped numerous authors, coaches, speakers, consultants gain exposure online and in media by leveraging the power of their authentic personal brand. Now, I make sure that their omnipresence brand, which is basically just brands online, is consistent from their website to social media to online content and video marketing. Now, my students who I've worked with, I've trained with, has also hosted their own events. They've been interviewed by experts from other countries, published their book, as well as coach and train others with their own signature program. So as you can see here, I'm already telling you the results and benefits from working with me, right? This is what I can do for you. And also, in addition, I'm also available to speak at women's events, conferences, and workshops, and talking about branding and marketing, okay? So I want you to start thinking about your product, as in what you can do for your customers and for your clients. And this conversation here is going to be a little longer, because this is where you've actually have gotten a little bit more questions from the person who's asking you that to get to know a little bit more about you. Okay, so when it comes to pitching your product, do not be afraid to really highlight what you can do for them. And the goal of pitching your product is to provide even more value, which is what I call your benefits and results from working with you. So an example of benefit is this. Let's say you're a business coach and you're helping others make money. Guess what? That is the benefit of working with you, right? You help them make money. As a result, when you help them make money, possible results can be it helps them to buy their dream home, right? It helps them to pay their child's tuition. They can even buy their dream car. They can even start another business if they want to, and so forth and so forth. Whatever it is for them, whatever their dreams and goals and any successes that they want to achieve, that is the results that possible results that you can help them with, because they're working with you. So think about that in a sense, okay? Products and service, benefits, and results, okay? Now, I know I went really fast here, so let me go ahead and recap. How to pitch your business in 60 seconds. So the first one is pitching your results, and this could be your elevator pitch, right? And I want you to pique people's interest, attract that interest for them to ask you more questions, right? So I want you to be a problem solver. So you're going to think about your customers' pain points, challenges, or obstacles, whatever it is, based on your target audience. Okay, you've got to be specific on this because you cannot have everybody as your customer. Now, the second one is pitching your story. And you could share your story in 1 minute or 2 minute tops, right? And this is about whatever it is that you have done in the past that is relatable to your business. And again, be authentic, be real, because it is your story, okay? Now, the third one is pitching your product or your service. And again, this could be a lengthy conversation. This is about highlighting the benefits from working with you, as well as highlighting the results from working with you. All right, looks like this is it. This is my last slide, seems like. So thank you so much. Thank you, members and guests, for having me here. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Again, you can do a screenshot right now so you have my information. You can email me anytime if you have any more questions in regards to this. I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Just make sure when you email me, just say how to pitch your business in 60 seconds. Questions, right? And that way I know exactly who it is, and then I can go from there. Now, I do have a couple of questions that I want to share with you, right? Because these questions are the most common questions. I call them famous questions because I get asked these couple questions a lot. So the very first one is, what if I'm just starting out and I'm still learning about my business? What should I say to people, right? If you're just starting out, you're still learning about what you want to do, you're still trying to figure out if this is for me and this and that. What do I say to people? Well, you still want to pique people's interest, right? You still want to attract that interest. And one of the things that I teach my clients is this, my students: keep it simple for success. So that's KISS, KISS. Keep it simple for success. So let's say you're just starting out. You can say something like this: I'm so-and-so, and put your name. So let's say you're Mary Smith, and I help entrepreneurs create even more success with, let's say, personal development, private coaching, writing their first book, teaching individuals to get healthier, and so forth and so forth. See, as you can see here, you're already targeting your target market, which is entrepreneurs. And it doesn't have to be entrepreneurs. It could be coaches. It could be trainers, speakers, whatever it is for you. Make it work for you. But for instance, for this example, I just put entrepreneurs. And what do? You create even more success for them when it comes to personal development, whatever the case it is for your business. So keep it simple. But right there, you've already picked their interest and you have just answered your 10 or 15-second elevator pitch, right? And in turn, they're going to turn around and say, oh, you know what? That's interesting. Tell me more. Okay. So here's another one. Here's another question. How do I know what I'm great at so I can start my business? Well, the thing is, and I tell this all the time, you're going to have to take action to figure out what do you want to do in your life, in your business. Because if you don't take action, how do you know what's working and what's not working for you, right? So you got to have to take action. And I want you to think about what you're great at, which is your superpower, right? That comes easily to you, and there's money in the space in the marketplace. And it doesn't matter what it is. If you want to become a motivational speaker, right? If you want to become a coach, if you want to be a lifetime coach or a life coach or even a fitness expert, whatever it is, there's money in the space for that. But the thing is, I just don't want you to stop there. I want you to study that field. I want you to study that niche. And what I mean by that is maybe you can go online and study between 3 to 5 leaders or experts in that particular space and follow them and learn from them. Really immerse yourself in studying what they do. So that way you've got a lot of information, Okay. And then on top of that, I want you to invest in a coach or a mentor to help you further. Because let me tell you though, my friends, you cannot do it alone by yourself. You really can't. Because if you want to go further and faster, you need to make sure that you have a coach or you have a tribe that's going to help you move further. Okay. So hopefully these two questions have helped, have answered some of the, some questions out there. So I'm be more than happy to answer any more questions. So let me do this. Should I go ahead and just stop sharing my screen? Or how do I do that?
You can pass to the next slide with your contact information if you like.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me do that. Thank you, Sandra. Okay, there it is. I see we do have one question, I believe. So let me go to there. All right. I'm just going to read this out loud. Hopefully you don't mind. Natasha. Okay, my name is Natasha, and I'm the owner of a driving school insurance agency and tag and title company. My question is, since I own 3 companies, although they are synonymous as one company under the automotive industry, I do have a hard time sharing my superpower effectively. What is your recommendation? Well, Natasha, first of all, congratulations for being such an awesome business owner, and congratulations on having 3 companies. Oh my gosh, that is your superpower already. So that's an awesome. I just want to congratulate you. And the thing is, one great thing about this is you've already said it, is they're synonymous, right? They are actually the same company, it seems like. So you are providing the same product or service to the local market, or to even, to your clients and customers. Well, the thing is about this is, one recommendation that I would highly recommend right here off the bat, because I don't really know a little bit more about your business, is I want you to start telling your story. Okay, I want you to start telling your story, and it doesn't matter if you're doing it on live stream, like Facebook live stream, or writing it and then posting it on your website, right? So writing an article or something like that, because your story is going to really set you apart from everyone else, because every single one of us have our own background or our own story, and it's not going to be the same. So how do you relate to your customers out there, and that's going to differentiate you from everyone else, is your story. And it doesn't have to be, a story can be this too. It could be your personal story on, like, how did you get started with your company? What was your passion, right? What made you decide to open another 1 or 2 more two more businesses out there, right? And also you can write about people's, your customers' experiences. That is a great story right there. That is what I call a social proof marketing, because anytime you have a great experience with customers and they're willing to write up about a review or testimonials or feedback and share that online or and put it on your website, that is a great story right there. How you help them, what their experiences from working with you, anything positive, you can definitely do that. So that is the gist that I could suggest for now, because I don't really know the entire brand, the entire business. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. So here's another one. Thank you. Thank you, Natasha. She just said, thank you. The clarity has been achieved. Fantastic. I love Q&A sessions, especially live, right? So here's another one by Annette. If you started your pitch and someone else joins, do you quickly bring the new person up to speed, but do you risk the first person hearing it again? You know what? If they join, just finish the conversation with that person, because I want you to be in the presence with that person who's asking you. Because eventually, the more your first person, right? That first person asking you that question, because you've already piqued their interest, and guess what? They're willing to ask you more questions. They might say something, you know what, Annette, that is interesting. Can you tell me more about that? And guess what? You carry on that conversation, even though the second or third or fourth, person coming in the conversation can hear you. It doesn't matter, because I want you to be in the presence, okay, for that person. And guess what? The more you really fine tune your pitch, it doesn't matter if people are coming in the middle conversation, they will hear what you have to offer, because it is not about you, it's about them. And that's the key right there, my friend. It's getting people's interest. You're attracting them because of what you have to offer. It's because it's about them. It's not about you. Okay, so hopefully that helps. So yes, just carry on with the conversation and just go from there. And really practice those 3 steps that I've given you, because it works. It really, really works. And it took me a while to figure this formula years ago, but I do it every single time and it works. And it doesn't matter if I'm actually talking to a local business to even a millionaire. It's the same process, right? It's the same process. So any more questions out there? These are fantastic. I'm enjoying these questions, right? So I don't know if I have any more. Okay, Lynn. Okay, my name is Lynn. I'm starting a postpartum doula business. Congratulations. Does the pitch also work for short blurb to put on social media site to advertise your? Absolutely, my dear. Yes, absolutely. And as you know, social media, it just depends on which platform that you use. Twitter, we can only have 150. Well, 150 characters now, I think it's more than that. LinkedIn can only have so much, as well as Instagram. Well, Instagram, you can have so many stories and things like that. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. If you really harness the power of your pitch, again, make it simple. Your very first one is what? To attract interest, right? And having that 15-second elevator pitch, tell them who you are, what do you have to offer, or, what products or service that you have, right? What do you have to offer, and why people should care, okay? So have that blurb, put it on social media, advertise it, just keep it simple, keep it sweet and simple, and you will get that attraction, because you are targeting the target audience that you want to work with, okay? Now that's another conversation that we can have later on, because having a clear understanding of your vision and mission and purpose when it comes to who you want to work with, it's a different conversation. So I know I'm giving you a fast track branding / business strategy here, but that is another conversation. But definitely, to answer your questions, that will really, really help you. So yes. Okay, I do not like networking. How do you start the conversation? Oh my gosh, you are speaking to me right now. Can you believe it? Not too long ago, I'm still an introvert. I really am. I call myself an introverted leader, because I used to go to networking groups. Oh my gosh, and I feel that pain, because I used to go to networking groups and I would just go. The second I go in, I would go to a corner and just start looking at people and start listening to people and not talk to anyone. That's how painful it was, because I'm sitting going, okay, I know I have a business. I still have to talk to people and stuff like that. But the thing is, what you can do for now is when you go to networking group, right, I want you to be strategic when it comes to this, especially if you're having a hard time. Well, if you're not comfortable talking to people yet, so be strategic in going to networking groups in regards to be picky on going to networking groups. What I mean by that is, let's say, and I don't know what your business is let's say you have, let's say you're a motivational speaker. I don't know your business. Let's say you're a motivational speaker and you're just starting out. And the thing is, I want you to go to networking groups that is aligned with your goal, that is aligned with your vision. So maybe you can go to speaking events, right? Or people who are uh, locally known in your area that are speakers. And when you go there, I want you to have lots of business cards, and that way you can pass it around, because that is a conversation right there too. Okay, can I have your business card? Say, yeah, here it is, and make sure that you follow up when you get those business cards. But for now, I want you to just observe and smile and see how it is for you. I just don't want you to be uncomfortable where you stop going to networking groups, because for you, it's about, well, for me anyway, it's about getting comfortable with my environment in order for me to open up, right? In order for me to open up. So getting comfortable and getting to those networking groups, and whether or not you're going to talk or not, but at least you are getting seen, getting some exposure, getting some, people getting to know you, because the more people are able to see you and connect with you and talk to you a little bit, the more they're going to be more responsive, and the more you're going to get comfortable. You're going to get comfortable, and I totally believe that, because that had happened to me before. So just go out there, my friend, and just and practice your pitch, and that way when someone asks you, hey, what do, you can just say it in 5 seconds, and that's it, right? And then if they ask more questions, well, then just practice what I've taught you on how to pitch your story and how to pitch your products and service. Because the more you practice it, the more you're going to be more comfortable, and it's just going to flow. It's just going to flow. You're not even going to think about it. It's just going to flow. Okay. So here's another one. Annette, okay, I am at the beginning of building and figuring out my business. Congratulations. Congratulations. So I don't have a website or business cards, as I'm still tuning things and seeing the visibility of my business. Okay. Should I make preliminary business cards with some info at the moment, or should I wait to start talking and networking until things are solidified? I want you to take action. I want you to start taking action, and you do not have to be perfect. See, we have this vision that we have to be perfect in order for us to get started in our business. No, you have to take action, because that's when you're going to figure out what's working, what's not working for you, what you like and what you don't like. So, so when it comes to your business cards, let me go ahead and answer that. Go ahead and create one. And I said, once you start building your own brand and you have a little bit more concrete vision, mission, and purpose for your business, for now, because you're still trying to figure out what you want to do, just go to, let's say, Office Depot or Staples, and just get one of those, business cards that you can print at home. Avery cards or something like that. You can even go online to get their templates, and just pick any of the designs that you like. Just make sure that you have this information. Okay, you ready? On your business card. Okay, if you want to, I highly recommend this, to have a good headshot on your business cards. Okay, good headshot on your business card. Basically having your picture, a professional one. Okay, you can take a selfie, but make sure it's professional, because it is your brand. Have that on your business cards. Have your name, have your email address. Okay, if you have a business already, you can have your .com, or if not, you can just have Gmail, whatever it is. But I highly recommend, once you have your business, you've got to have your company.com. Okay, once you have your website. Your phone number, if you want to give that out. Okay, if you want to give that out. So basically those things, and having your expert title. Now, I know I did not go over what your expert title is. Basically this. What do you want to be known as for now? What do you want to be known as? So what I mean by that is, let's say for me, I'm known as the global branding mentor. Okay. So I want you to start thinking a little deeper. So what do you want to be known as? I don't know what your business is. So maybe you want to become a leadership expert, a financial expert, a business coach, whatever it is. make sure that you have that expert title. That way people, when you give that business cards, they can associate your picture, your name, as well as your expert title. Oh, she's a leadership expert, or she's a motivational speaker. Whatever it is for you, make sure that you have that information. And on the back of the card, right, because you got to utilize the back of the card, maybe you can give away tips, like 7 tips to something, whatever you do, right? How to create a website, whatever. Okay, 7 tips to create a better life, or whatever it is. So make sure that you have something like that and people are able to download it. You can definitely do that. Just share it on Google Drive, okay? And that way you have something to give away, as well as, you can have your social media profiles in the back of the card too. So hopefully that helps. That's a lot of information, but I can talk about business cards another day, or definitely if you have any more questions, anyone, you can email me anytime. So this is the last questions that I will have. Actually, 2 more. So let me do this. The last 2, okay? Jody said, I'm starting a social media marketing business and have pitched it to a couple of people I already know. Congratulations. The first question they ask is, how much do you charge? How do I answer that without losing potential client by aiming too high or too low? Oh gosh, Jody, this is one of those classic questions, right? Classic questions like, how do you charge? Well, the thing is, I want you to, when it comes to this though, and I teach my clients this too, it's about your expertise. It's about really your mindset. Like I said earlier, not everybody is your customer. And it's okay if you're going to lose a few here and there, because not everyone is willing to pay for what you are worth. And it is the mindset, okay? Because oftentimes when we're just starting out, we think, okay, I'm just going to charge minimal in hopes that I can get that client. The thing is, what value do you offer? What benefits and results that your clients will get from working with you? Because that is part of your sales pitch. Okay, that is part of your pitch. If you give them so much value, eventually they're gonna ask you, "Oh my gosh, Jody, you're giving me this and this and this and this." Instead of asking you how much do you charge, they're gonna be asking you, I would love to work with you because you give so many value. And that's when you can turn around and say, this is how much I charge. Does that make sense? Again, I don't know exactly if what other social media that you're doing, because social media business, there's so many functions, there's so many different categories, if you will. So if you're only doing one social media and you're helping your clients that way, then that's a different conversation than having multiple social media that you manage. So you got to think about your criteria as well as your tier. So for now, maybe this will help you, because this is how I started. If you're just doing one social media profile that you're managing, perhaps you can just say, have 3 levels of charges that you're going to have. The beginning, and then list that item or itemize what you can give to them, right? In the beginning, that's the starter package basically. And that's how I used to call mine, starter package. Then you have the medium package, then you have the premium package, right? So the starter, the basic, and the medium package, and have that, and that way they know exactly what they're going to get from working with you, because you have itemized what they're going to get on the basic, on the standard, and then on the premium. And then just make sure that you actually have some pricings there already. So hopefully that will help you there. And it really depends on what you have to offer specifically, right? What you have to offer. So I guess all the questions are gone. So I guess I answered all of them. Hi, Alejandra. Good to see you. Oh, you're muted.
Yes, I just unmuted. Well, hi, this is Alejandra Diaz, Program Coordinator at the Women's Business Center. Iris, Alliston, we're grateful for your time and for sharing your expertise with all of us today. The webinar has been very informative, and we hope that it has been valuable to all participants. Thank you to all participants for joining us. Every month, we host a Lunch and Learn webinar. Please check out our calendar of events so you can continue to join us. Next month's topic is Basic Business Financials. Please make sure that you register. Our services are only for Georgia residents. Lastly, since we are partially funded by the SBA, we will appreciate if you can reply to a short survey that we have posted in our chat box, and we will be sending it to sending it out as well with all the slides of the presentation. Thank you everyone for joining us, and have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Lynette, yes, the webinar will be available to view later. I will also send out a link.